And on the heels of his Thursday night speech at the Republican National Convention, where he formally accepted the party's nomination, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has a scheduled phone call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday. The chat would be their first since Trump left the White House. The conversation comes amid European concerns about what Trump's policy toward the Ukraine war would be if he takes the White House again in November. The former president has criticized U.S. military aid to Kiev, and he says he plans on settling the unrest in Eastern Europe in a day if he becomes president again. But he hasn't said how he would go about doing so. And the Alabama Department of Environmental Management and the owners of a Washington County landfill agreeing to settle allegations of environmental violations. After a 45-day public comment period, Turkey Trot LLC will pay a little more than $14,600 to resolve allegations of violations at the facility, which has a citronelle address but is actually located over the line in Washington County. ADEM regulators found during inspections in October 2022 and August of last year that workers had failed to apply dirt or an alternative cover over to prevent fires, odors, or litter. Now, EcoSouth, which bought the landfill in September 2022, did not admit to the violations, but told ADEM that it had worked to correct issues, including additional training and some personnel changes.
Welcome back to Fox 10 News Good Day Gulf Coast.
Well, good morning and welcome back into Good Day Gulf Coast on this Friday morning. I'm Ashley Mitchell filling in for Sarah Wall today.
And I'm Eric Reynolds. Good Friday morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on Good Day Gulf Coast. Well, let's find out more about our weather today, as we're definitely concerned about some of the storms passing through, as we check in with Fox 10 News meteorologist Nicholas Herbosa.
Yeah, lots.
All right, Nicholas, thank you very much. It's now 7:30, and we're following some breaking news out of Mobile this morning. We have just received reports from Mobile police that they are investigating a traffic accident that resulted in a fatality.
Yeah, we're told it happened around 5:30 this morning between East Wright Road and the Highway 90 East Service Road. Police tell us they will release another update later on this morning.
And once, of course, we get that information, we will pass it along to you both on air and online.
Well, the Spanish Fort Police Department is launching its first ever mental wellness program for its officers. It's no secret that the job of a police officer is physically, mentally, and emotionally taxing. Spanish Fort Police Chief John Barber says it's often challenging for officers to talk about the horrific things they encounter. The chief says mental and physical health are definitely synonymous. He says officers pass a psychological test when they first graduate the academy, but after that they are rarely asked to have a mental checkup, but that's changing. Chief Barber says they're partnering with local therapist Ashley Cote to create a new mental wellness program.
You can go in there and talk about football, you can talk about politics. I don't care. If you don't need it, that's a great thing. But what I do believe in my department and in a lot of departments, you have people that probably need to see somebody.
And Spanish Fort citizens telling Fox 10 News it gives them a sense of peace to know the people enforcing the laws are being taken care of themselves. In the meantime, a new report has been released which shows the states that rank the best and the worst for women's health. Researchers say the state ranks 48 for not having sufficient maternal health care workers. The state also ranked 39th for having the highest maternal mortality rate. In the study, Alabama was also listed as having a high uninsured rate. And this is concerning. Syphilis cases are increasing among women in the state. The CDC and other healthcare agencies suggest getting more routine syphilis screenings. According to the report, the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade in June of 2022 has altered access to reproductive health care services and how providers can treat pregnancy complications in the 21 states that ban or restrict access.
Comer Law, LLC, and Whataburger.
Well, with school starting up next month already, Fox 10 News is planning ahead and committing to making sure students have all the supplies they need. That's why we're teaming up with the Department of Human Resources in both Mobile and Baldwin counties and other community partners like Tobias and Comer Law Firm to help make that happen. It's called Operation Backpack, and we're collecting things students need for school like backpacks, notebooks, 3-ring binders, pens, and paper. You can drop off all donations donations at the Tobias & Comer Law Firm on Dauphin Street or right here at the Fox 10 Studios on Satchel Paige Drive. We also have a list of other locations on our website at fox10tv.com. Operation Backpack runs through the end of the month.
All right, what do you think, the Rayer family?
Great job to all of them. They killed it.
Great job this morning. Thanks for leading us in the pledge at 7:44, and you guys sounded great together as well.
Absolutely.
Well, if you'd like to see your child leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, just like the Rayer family this morning, just submit your video through our website at fox10tv.com.
Yeah, we try to air a new one every single weekday. I know it always makes our day here in the Fox 10 studio, so keep them coming.
Looking forward to receiving that. Well, at 7:44, a once-beloved beer brand falls to the number 3 spot now in the U.S.
Yeah, that's right. Bud Light, formerly the country's most popular beer, continues to slip in rankings.
Bud Light held the number 2 spot for the best-selling beer between Memorial Day and July 4th.
But now trails behind Michelob Ultra and Modelo. That's according to Nielsen IQ data.
So today might be one to stay inside because the rain is going to be a part of our day.
It certainly
today.
is. I just stepped outside for a moment during a commercial break and it's drizzling.
It is.
Nicholas was right.
Yeah, we're watching those.
Media Days Craze is sponsored by Rouse's Markets.
A lot of eyes are on the Auburn Tigers at SEC Media Days as head coach Hugh Freeze took to the podium for the final day of SEC Media Days in Dallas. Year 1 of the Hugh Freeze era saw the Auburn Tigers finish with 3 straight losses on their way to a 6-7 season. In Year 2, the Tigers say it's all about bringing the Tigers back to prominence. And to do that, they'll rely heavily on quarterback Peyton Thorne, and they've spent the offseason upgrading the receiver room. Not only do they have some transfers coming in, but they also have what's known as the Freeze 4, which is a talented group of 4- and 5-star freshman receivers. That includes Foley's Perry Thompson and Bryce Kane from Baker. Kane enrolled early and went through the spring with the Tigers, while Thompson got to the Plains in the summer, and already they're turning heads ahead of this season. Thorne will have a chance to build more chemistry with his new receivers with fall camp starting soon, and Coach Freeze said it's possible some of them could hit the fields this season. All right, we are just weeks away from the start of a new school year. Many parents are preparing by taking advantage of Alabama's back-to-school sales tax weekend, which is currently underway. Fox 10's Anaya Spraggs joins us live with all the details. Anaya, good morning. What kinds of deals can shoppers expect to find? Anaya, thank you. Well, the time is 7:51 on your Friday morning. Thanks for watching Good Day Gulf Coast. We're taking a look through our Scarlet Pearl camera overlooking Biloxi. The sun is peeking through the clouds. If you want to get some school shopping done, though, you might want to bring that umbrella. We'll be back in just a moment.
Our time now 7:55 and time for our morning sprint. New research is looking at how humor can impact parenting. Researchers talked to 300 people about their experiences being raised with or without humor. They found that people raised by adults with a sense of humor had a better view of their parents or caregivers. Those people say that themselves would also be using the same parenting technique. The study was published in the journal PLOS ONE Wednesday.
And the study published by JAMA Network reveals that children ages 10 to 15 who move once are 41% more likely to develop depression once they reach adulthood. When kids move twice or more at those ages, that number jumps up to 61%. Researchers followed almost 1.1 million people who were born in Denmark between 1981 and 2001.
A budget motel has been ordered to pay $2 million to the estate of a man severely burned by water from a shower. He later died. A 76-year-old man, he was staying at an Econo Lodge back in 2021. He stepped into a shower that was spraying water hotter than 150 degrees. He suffered some third-degree burns. His burns, though, did not heal, and he died from complications months later. His family was awarded the $2 million judgment.
And coming up, I like the sound of this one. A new dining area is coming to the Port City that offers some pretty good eats.
Sounds good. And the Justice Department also needing more time in the finalization of a plea deal with Boeing. We have these stories and a whole lot more coming up for you in our 8 a.m. hour of Good Day Gulf Coast. Your time now, 7:57.